Welcome to Into the Mind of a Madman. You are now rocking with me, the Madman. I need to start this off by saying prayers up to Tory Lanez. Prayers up to Tory Lanez. I'm glad he's okay. He's recovering. I definitely never want to see a black man or anybody uh be harmed in such a way in jail, out of jail. Don't really care what the circumstances is. That's that's not a way you want to have to. That's not a situation you would want to go to or have to go through. You know what I'm saying? So definitely prayers up to Tory Lanez. Now this whole Meg and Tory thing has been revitalized due to some information. And since I spoke on it before, I waited some time to speak on it. And I wanted to speak on this again because if this was to ever get to Tory, I think it's if this was to ever get to Tory, I hope he would see this and kind of understand where things are, where things may be going wrong for him. Uh, I don't necessarily know where things is going wrong for him, but I don't think things be going right. If you look at my last blog, I still stand on there. I still stand in the same predicament, even with this new information that I'm about to get to. I do I just I think I said, I believe in what the eyewitness, the homeowner seen from the balcony. I believe he ended up shooting the gun erratically in a drunk moment, in an angered moment. However, the bullet ended up in Meg Thee Stallion's foot, far as it ricocheted off of something, or it actually went directly. Like, I guess I don't think it went directly in. It might have had to ricochet off the ground or whatever. Whatever. I don't. I don't think he had the gun, shooted it, aimed it at Meg, shot at her, and in attempts to harm her. I think, as the neighbor said, being drunk, heavily drunk, as he said, can't remember anything, like that type of drunk. Being drunk, being angry, being an argument, and you being angry about the whole situation, then you just grab the gun. Not, but I believe Kelsey shot and he grabbed it from her, but he ended up with the gun and started shooting erratically, screaming angrily, like, and something had hit. That's what I believe. Point blank. Period. Now, the new information that his attorneys, his now appellate attorneys, his appeals attorneys are coming forth with. I wanna This is the part I want to get to Tory Lanez. I don't know how you keep ending up with these particular lawyers that aren't good. I don't know how to say this. The lawyers you're ending up with aren't good. Your your appeals attorneys, you you mean to tell me Kelsey's bodyguard from the trial, her bodyguard and driver, came to them, whether it be in person, like they go, he walks into their law office, or he sends them an email describing, hey, this is what I've heard while driving Kelsey and being her bodyguard for the trial. they take this information in and just stash it in your file. Understand, people, the information of the bodyguard was unbeknownst to his lawyers until a third party, which is a New York Times journalist, decided to do an op-ed on, I guess, Tory Lanez's appeals process in case and/or case or whatever you want to say, and I guess they granted him access to whatever files they had or whatever. I don't goddamn know. And he went through them and he said, "Hey, you know you got this? You know this is here? You know they didn't know." So I want to like that's where I want to start off, because I haven't seen anybody discuss that. Like the incompetence for, because I believe I believe what the United whatever they're called, right? I'm not here to bash them, but I believe that they're probably a group of lawyers like within different states or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, whoever law office or whoever email he got and sent this in, you get the email, you read the email, because you have to put it in a file. I hope somebody either read the email or not just, oh, it got Tory Lanez in the subject, let's just send it to this folder, and whoever's on the Tory Lanez case, it's their responsibility to read through it. Or like this, I don't know if, because I'm thinking of it as a hotline type of thing. You know what I mean? Like when Tony Busby did the hotline for Diddy, like I'm thinking this with the Tory Lanez, it may have been a lot of people contacting them trying to offer information, and however they decide to filter the information, it's somebody's job to read it and verify it, and read it and say, nah, this is something we can't use. This is something we can't use, or this is just somebody just want to be a part of it, or whatever. It has to be somebody's job to filter this information and get it to the appropriate people, right? So whether he emailed it in or he came in directly and spoke to somebody and gave them this statement, they didn't alert the people on the case, hey, this is Kelsey, somebody who's involved in this situation, like in the car. This is her driver overhearing this. No matter when he came forth. See what I'm saying? They didn't get the information to somebody decided to do an op-ed on it and alerted them like, yo, this is in this file. Do y'all understand? See what I'm saying? So I feel for Tory in that regard with the lawyer, his trial attorney, far as Sean Holly, and she left him because I guess he didn't want to take the plea, or she seen whatever happened, and then she stepped to the side, and that was kind of what they want to say last minute. And then his new attorneys, all of the mistakes they made and not getting the gun tested themselves, relied on the state's testing and just trying to refute the state's testing that it was inconclusive, instead of getting their own inspection of the gun and combating it with their own, saying, no, yours may be inclusive, and I would say it's 0.00. You see what I'm saying? Like the whole the bodyguard who was actually in the truck there with them in the fight, trying to stop it, them not putting him on stand, if it hurt or not hurt. Like it was so many things. The question of Kelsey and how they handled that, and how them saying the prosecutors were being hard on Kelsey, and this is why she said in her interview with them that Tory shot Meg, and now they get to present that in the court, because remember the court ruled that admissible in court until they said that. So his lawyers and now I don't know how he keeps ending up with these people. But anyway, as we move on, I when I'm watching this play out on the internet, right? I don't understand how people take hearsay as this concrete evidence that Tory didn't shoot Meg, right? I understand the gender wars. I understand people may hate Meg. I understand people may love Tory. But at the end of the day, this is hearsay. If this man came forth and gave him this statement, and I believe this is how it fell to the wayside. I'm going to say this. I don't believe this man's account of the situation fell to the wayside per se. I think somebody took the statement and felt like they could not use it until a New York Times person wanted to do an op-ed, and they were put in the position of, oh damn, somebody found out and they're gonna make us look bad if we don't use it. And reason why I say somebody took this Kelsey's bodyguard driver's statement and put it to the side, because it was hearsay. He didn't actually come with any proof. He didn't have a recording or some type of way, like a text message, a screenshot to add volition to his statements. So I feel like they took his statement, even though they said, I understand you are her driver, but she didn't. It's two things in that. You don't have a recording of you overhearing, because it could have been a context of, because you overhearing something, right? So maybe you're driving, you might got the music up, or you trying to pay attention to the road, and you didn't hear the part where she says, well, they're trying to blame me and say that I shot this, and then Tory came and did this. You didn't hear the first part of that conversation. You just heard I shot Tory and he not the. You didn't hear the part of, well, this is what they're trying to say that, or this is what they want me to say. You didn't hear that part. You see what I'm saying? Because you paying attention to the road. So, you know what I mean? Or you listening to music and you just heard this part. And that's what kind of sparked your ear to, because like when you're somebody driving, you might be used to not necessarily listening and easing on people's conversations, because they may be private conversations. So you don't want to kind of be so eavesdropping on people. See what I'm saying? So if you don't come with a recording, and this is not something being told directly to you, you are really it may have been different if the bodyguard can say, no, Kelsey told me. I was having a conversation with her, and we were talking, and I wanted to see if she could give me insight on, what's really going on, how they going. And she told me, this is what really happened. You're giving an eavesdropped account of what happened. So the lawyer who took this guy's statement may just simply say, that's gonna be so far fetched in this appeal. Let me put it in the file, but let me put it at the bottom, or you know what I mean, whatever. I'm not thinking that it's a real foul per se, because it's 2025 to 2024 whenever this statement was took. Like we not using papers no more. Like you know what I mean. It's not like probably like a box somewhere. It's probably an email folder somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But I think they just put it in there and not really alerted, because yeah, like I said, I understand you the driver, but it's hearsay, and it's not a direct, and it's like an eavesdrop hearsay. It's not a hearsay where she's actually talking to you. And and like I said, more so the gun, with the evidence of the fingerprints not on the gun, that came later. Like far as him doing his own testing and all of these things, he had the opportunity to do these things in trial, and it didn't really go his way because, like I said, whether it was Sean Holly and her dropping out late, and it was so many things. But before I get out of here, and kind of to close this out, because I'm not trying to be here all day every day. The last thing I want to say, with Tory being stabbed in jail, and with his attorneys now, they filed the appeals and they waiting on that. With them pleading with the governor of California to pardon him, I have to believe, for all of understanding that I have with all plea deals, because this would be some type of plea deal before they, like, as a pardon. Like, people with pardons, right? They're doing the time for the crime. They may have come to terms and I'm guilty in the things, or I'm totally innocent. Here's why. Whatever you may have think, right? At some point, if you're gonna stick to your innocence, Tory Lanez, you have to tell what actually happened to the best of your knowledge. Who actually shot? Who actually did what? To this day, Tory has not said who did anything. He did not state who shot or didn't shoot to his knowledge. He just say it wasn't me. For order in my judgment, I'm nobody. But in my blog, in my judgment, on my channel, for order for Tory to get a pardon, he will have to eventually, he will have to say what happened that night, and he would have to place blame on somebody. If you are innocent and that's your story, then who shot the gun? How did this lady end up getting shot in the foot? Point blank, period. It has to happen. All of the no snitching and I'm a street dude, I'ma hold it down, all of that goes out the window when you want a pardon. Because like I said, it's either you did it and you're going to take the time and you spent enough time in jail, you learned your lesson, pardon me please, or I'm a totally innocent man, this is what happened, they shot the people, I was on the side, I was trying to break it up, she shot her, I knocked the gun out the hand, whatever. Some gotta give. It can't be I'm innocent, I didn't do nothing, but I also don't know nothing. That's not gonna work. So you're gonna have to be for yourself, or be with the people, and I mean be with the people, not in jail. I'm talking about be with the no. I'm not snitching, and I'm a street dude. I'm that type. I'm hard and all of that. So that's for Tory. So Tory, two things for you. You have to come clean. You're gonna have to come clean. You're gonna have to put. You're gonna, for lack of real better words and for the real term, you have to put a name on that bullet. You're gonna have to put a name on that bullet. And like I said, prayers for you and your attorneys, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'd be questioning your attorneys if it was me. I'm questioning them now, but I have no say so on nothing. Hey, why y'all just coming with this information? Like, understand, they didn't they had this information, and this information is not in Tory's appeal. It's this info on the driver, what the driver is telling them, is not in his appeal. Whether that be they did just find this information out because of the op-ed dude or whatever, and maybe if they have to add this information, maybe that'll throw back his appeals process 6 months, because now they have to refile with this edited info. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think may have happened. Like, yes, we discovered this info to be here now, but if we add this to his appeal, which now we have to amend it, it may throw the process back. So we may just be confident in using what we have in the appeal now, that will get us a new trial, and then we can also add this new evidence in the new trial. You see what I'm saying? But because now we getting a new trial and the appeal has been granted, so we don't want to kind of knock that back or whatever. So I'm not faulting them for that part. I mean, not adding it to the appeal, because I feel like I said, I feel like it may be a process thing. But them not knowing that this evidence is there, or them not taking it as serious because of it was he say, she say, I mean hearsay or whatever. Tory, speak to your lawyers, man. Try to get some better people on your side, man. With that being said, once again, prayers to you. I could believe what I believe. I don't believe you need to be in jail being stabbed up for it. I don't care what happened. But salute to you, Tory. That's just how I feel. I'm out.